I'm Jamie Green, and this is Blessed Savior News. Our opening story tonight is our garden. Let's see how it's going.
Watch how the plants have grown. This one's taller than me.
Well, that wasn't very specific. Let's go live to the field for a more accurate update.
All right, Jamie, yes, I am very excited to bring you this week's garden update. As you can see, fellow garden followers, today's weather in New Berlin is very unpredictable, so I'm wearing a poncho just in case the heavens decide to open up. God has taken care of the watering for the last couple of days, and we appreciate that because, as you can see, this garden has just taken off. I know each week we come to you and just are amazed at the growth taking place, but it truly is amazing. I mean, you can hardly even get in the garden anymore. So lesson number one learned, we need more room next year because we didn't really plant a ton of what we thought, but the garden is just going crazy over here. We've got the pumpkin patch, and in a little bit, Mac will take us in on a closer look. There's pumpkins galore growing in there. We've even got pumpkins that have decided to climb the tomato cages and attach their vines there. We've got pumpkins growing from the tomato vines. We also have lots of squash, we have lots of zucchini going, and in a little bit we're going to show you just how tall those sunflowers have gotten, because in the beginning I misquoted and said they're going to grow to at least 15 feet, and then I corrected myself and said 9. But I'm willing to bet that they're almost 10, 11 feet tall, so we're going to measure those and just see. This weekend we also had a garden harvest because we couldn't wait till Monday to harvest it. But we got a couple of tomatoes, our first tomatoes. And we also have lots of squash, as you can see here. And it just keeps coming and coming. So if you have any squash recipes that you would like to share with us, please do so. Zucchini is a little bit easier to make breads and muffins and such, but squash, we're kind of running out of ideas on how to eat this. So please comment or share those recipes with us here at Blessed Savior. All right. We are going to move to measure those sunflowers as well as have Mac take us in a closer look of what's growing in the garden. All right, can you see me, guys? I finally made my way through the jungle of our garden, and I'm back here against the wall trying to measure these sunflower seeds. Now, or sunflowers. I told you guys that I'm about 6 feet tall, and I'm standing on about a 2-foot bucket, and they're still taller than I am. We have definitely come a long way since measuring against the ankle. So I have the official tape measure of our garden, and I am going to put it up here against the sunflower. Now, they're kind of sad today because there's no sun to follow, so we're going to give it a little bit of height. Tape measures on the ground. These sunflowers are already 10 feet tall. These two in the middle, the stalks are 10 feet tall. Just amazing to see the growth of these tiny little seeds that we started with, and now we have these great big beautiful flowers. Let's take it now, a closer look with Mac on the rest of the garden. All right, fellow garden followers, as you can see, we are currently at the pumpkin patch, and Mac has taken us in for a closer look. We are totally confused as to what's actually growing in here because we have lots of white pumpkins as well as orange pumpkins. As you can see right here, we have got some white ones growing that look like they actually have to be harvested pretty soon. Not sure if we're going to be able to wait till the school starts for our garden harvest, but see, there's 3 right there. And then if you come over here, we've got pumpkins growing on our tomato cages. So we've got one up there that's hanging, one right below it that's hanging. We've got another one right in there playing peekaboo with us. So we've got lots of growth going on here. We've even got lots of tomatoes, if you can try to find them in here. There we go. There's some even over here. So now it's just a matter of hide and seek with the garden. As you can see, we've got all sorts of stuff. Oh, look, it's a pumpkin. And then we come over to our squash, which just has exploded. And this is after harvesting this weekend. Look at all this growth in here. Zucchinis are back in there hiding somewhere as well. All right. All right. As you can see, the rain has held off for us to get in this week's garden report. Once again, we thank you for joining us and following along as we continue to watch the growth come from the garden. For Jennifer in the field, sending it back to Jamie in the studio. Have a great week.
Thank you for that update. For Blessed Savior News, I'm Jamie Green. You keep growing, New Berlin.